the way, if you are a woman or you know a woman who prefers supporting small businesses over giant corporations and mass overproduction shipped here from China, you should definitely consider joining me on Poshmark. I'll give some more details at the end of this video. For those of you who are not already familiar with it, I would like to familiarize you with what is called the Hegelian dialectic. And in this internet meme here, you see a child asking her father, "Dad, why do people give up freedom for security?" Like, for example, what happened with the pandemic. They create a problem. The problem creates a reaction. If there is enough fear and hysteria, people will not only accept the solution that limits their rights, but they will actually beg for it. And of course, we saw that happening over the past few years as one example. Another thing that you can see this method often being used for, though, is gun control. And I just saw what I think is most likely an example of that in the news just a couple days ago. So I wanted to go over it just so that we can all be aware of it and able to share it with others who don't already know. The Hill reported on October 30th, 12 dead, scores injured in Halloween weekend mass shootings. And they say at least a dozen people are dead and many more are injured after numerous mass shootings took place across the United States over the Halloween weekend. And then it says that there were 13 mass shootings, defined as when at least 4 victims are injured or killed between Friday and Sunday, according to the Gun Violence Archive. The first thing that stood out to me about this article was that it said that there were 13 mass shootings, because I was pretty sure that there is some significance to Freemasons and all of that with the number 13. And not surprisingly, when I looked into that, one of the first things that came up was the Grand Lodge of British Columbia and Yukon saying that there is no significance to them about the number 13. They say the number 13 is widely claimed by anti-Masons to be an important or significant number to Freemasonry, as it cannot be found anywhere in Masonic ritual nor in the many explorations of Masonic symbols published over the years by Masonic authors. Freemasons may be forgiven for being baffled by this claim. But there was one Freemason who felt the number 13 had Masonic significance, and although he never explained what the significance was, he managed to be published in one of the largest circulation Masonic magazines, The New Age. James B. Walker, 32 Degree, who has left us no other record of his thoughts or Masonic career, wrote a description of the quote-unquote Masonic symbols on the U.S. dollar bill, highlighting what he claimed was the Masonic significance of the number 13. And I found this same information that they were about to list on the YouTube channel of Steven Schroeder in a video that he posted actually 16 years ago, which is kind of crazy because that's almost half my life. But yeah, it looks like it was some clips that he got off of the History Channel.
It is suggested that the Egyptian imagery used on the Great Seal was part of this common visual code. They point out the repetition of the symbolic number 13. There are 13 leaves on the olive branch in the right claw, 13 arrows in the left claw, 13 stars above the eagle's head, and 13 bars and stripes on the shield.
To all secret societies, the number 13 is enormously important symbolically. The number 13 symbolizes rebirth, regeneration, and when you're birthing something, when you're bringing something into formation, it's never easy. So the number 13 can symbolize not just rebirth and regeneration, but death.
So are we starting to make a connection here? They say that the number 13 can symbolize death, and the news just reported that there were 13 mass shootings in which people died over the Halloween weekend. This also reminds me of something else that I just saw today a little while ago from a modern-day witch.
How to practice abortion as a magical ritual. I am a witch who has had abortions and has used them as rituals. I've been through this twice. And it's birthing magic and death magic simultaneously. If you are a womb body who has made the decision to have an abortion. Keep in mind that there is death and there is life. There has been a conception. There is life that has been conceived. Second thing you want to keep in mind is that there is going to be an ending. You're calling death. You're calling ending to that conception. You're calling ending to that cycle of growth within you physically. And you're calling death to things. A death to growth of something. Something that's been growing in your life that no longer serves you, that you don't want around.
So yes, of course, we can see the similarities between the significance of the number 13 and this life and death ritual from this witch. But another thing that is significant about the news article is that these mass shootings were reported to have occurred over Halloween weekend. Did you know that Halloween has its origins in Samhain? A 3-day, kind of like a weekend, Celtic pagan festival? And Samhain, meaning literally in modern Irish, summer's end, was a time of both death and rebirth. There's that same idea again. And the article goes on to say, according to historian Nicholas Rogers, author of Halloween, From Pagan Ritual to Party Night, Samhain was a time of stock-taking and perhaps sacrifice, including probably animal sacrifice. But isn't it interesting that people were just killed over this past Samhain
And
weekend?
as was to be expected, ABC News has already reported conservative Maine Democrat, interesting, says hometown mass shooting changed his mind on assault weapons ban. So, of course, there's the solution that will take away our freedom. I expect a lot more of the like, probably straight from politicians as well. It is an election season, for one thing. But let me know what you have seen already or see in the future, and I will see you in the comments.
And as I referenced at the beginning, one way that you can financially support this channel is by shopping my Poshmark closet. I love all of the super cool stuff that you can find on Poshmark, like this rare vintage Barbie doll that is from the 1950s to 1990s era, and one-of-a-kind handmade items like this gorgeous gown and these beautiful earrings. If you want to get in on the fun yourself but need to create an account, just let me know in a comment and I'll get you my referral link so that you can get $10 towards your first purchase. And also start making sales if you want to do that. Once you get set up, follow my closet, Mama Lioness 22, and I'll see you there.